Yeah, I got the game all in my hand. Ooh, yeah.
Hello, and you are now tuned in to the only universe mode that matters. I am Christian.
And I'm Jesse.
And here we are, Jesse, fresh off of a Vengeance Smackdown presented pay-per-view. This was your show, all 5 matches, and as an outsider, I will say, it was pretty glorious, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pay-per-view from top to bottom. From the main event all the way to the, from the opening match all the way until the main event, the card got better and better and better as the matches went on, and as the stories were being told. Champions did defend, and I do have a new queen of my women's division as well. I'm very excited to see the future of SmackDown and the rest of this universe mode, because it's getting toward, not the end, but definitely past the halfway point, and I'm excited to see what happens next.
And Jess, yeah, so for those who are tuning into the post-show for the first time, this is where we kind of just reflect over the pay-per-view just a bit, talk about what happened, I'll throw in clips and what have you, but also, guys, we're going to cover the Raw and SmackDown power rankings, because it's been a little minute. We didn't get you a video, I believe, in like last week or so we're going to give you guys some more additional, just in general, with the power rankings. Hopefully it makes up for something, because I know it's been a little while, and honestly, it's been a while since we gave the power rankings, so I'm really excited to show who's my number one, even though, I'm sure you
my
can
number
guess.
one, I don't think it's changed either.
Well, that's going to be a question that we have to talk about. When we talk about this pay-per-view, Jesse, kicking it off, we did have Jeff Hardy, who we haven't seen in a while, go up against Karrion Kross. Wasn't my finest performance.
Yeah, it wasn't Jeff Hardy's either. Obviously, Jeff Hardy has a very long legacy in wrestling, dating back to like the late 90s when he was wrestling at like 17, 18 years old.
I don't remember how old, but for sure young.
Yeah, very, very young, and obviously he's still doing it today. And he came out with some new face paint, black and white face paint, and just absolutely got mauled, like Khabib versus Conor.
Yeah,
just had really no like real threat to Karrion Kross. The Kross jacket just put Jeff Hardy away. Just put him to sleep. Just quick and easy. It's like putting down a baby for a nap. Just you know.
I think putting down a baby for a nap was a little harder than what Karrion Kross had to deal with, Jesse. This was a quick match. This was a squash by all accounts.
Yes.
Like I said, I probably let the fans down. I let Jeff Hardy down for sure. And Karrion Kross put that Kross jacket on me, and there was no escape. I felt like I was insane because submissions was my kryptonite all damn show.
Yeah, it's a good I wouldn't say a bounce back win because he just did beat Boogeyman, but a good way to consistently keep getting wins, beating Boogeyman, beating Jeff Hardy. I'm excited to see what's next for Kross because I do have plans for him, and they're gonna obviously be coming over the next few weeks.
I spoke about it during the show, and he did peak a little early in the season. He peaked early, and then once you are at that mountaintop, he fought Orton for the title, for the World Heavyweight title. Once you're at that mountaintop, it's hard to fall completely down and get these real easy wins with scrubs with the bottom of the roster. Instead, he literally destroyed a legend, and it just continues to cement himself even further. So I'm interested to see what Karrion Kross has in store moving forward, Jesse, and hopefully Jeff Hardy can make some type of bounce back. Cause
I would hope, because he's a legend, and I have great ideas with him. It's just how can I intertwine with that in a video game. I've hoped though. So
Jess, well, I hoped for a great match with the tag team women's action, and damn it, I got it, man. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, The Way, taking on I almost said Bianca Belair. That's who they should have took on. My bad. Shotzi and Ember Moon.
Well, next time.
Man, was this a match?
Yeah. If it wasn't for the Alexa Bliss match and the Raquel Gonzalez match, I probably would have had this tag team match up there for the match of the night. It
was up there strictly off of Candice LeRae kicking out showing Hartwell, and Hartwell showing out as well. Jess, Candice LeRae kicking out of 2 Eclipses back to back. I thought I had the match won. You can put a bow on it. However, no, didn't happen.
No. Yeah, obviously Candice and Indy Hartwell fought back. They retained those titles, and obviously with Moon and Shotzi being
that's a great team.
Yeah, they are a great team. We'll still see them throughout the season. Maybe they'll get some singles matches now. Shake it up a little bit between them. Obviously, Shotzi had a very hot start, having matches with Charlotte Flair and Bayley and Raquel Gonzalez. But maybe I give an opportunity to Ember Moon to maybe do something in the singles division, which is obviously wide open now.
Well, Jess, you gotta build up your women's division.
Yeah, I'm gonna
a little bit because you have time. Alexa Bliss and Raquel Gonzalez, they might be going at it. I won't be surprised if their next match is their last match.
It's probably going to be next week. Is that?
It's
going to main event SmackDown.
I don't want to speak too far ahead. Let's go into the triple threat match first. The United States triple threat match. We know the next tag team for the tag team champions, the Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, who did win by submission. Let's say that they did win by the LeRae lock.
I'm excited to see them go against Sasha and Bianca.
That's their next appointment. Well, I almost said appointment, but opponent, and that's going to be on an episode of SmackDown. I am to imagine, or maybe their next pay-per-view because it's a goodie. But regardless, Jesse, one of the possible matches of the night, because this pay-per-view really almost got better as it went.
Yeah, this match was pretty good too.
AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. You knew what you were doing putting these three men in a ring together. What did you think of the outcome?
I said it before the pay-per-view. I don't think Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton walk out as champions. Either one of those guys are going to lose the title, and Brock Lesnar won. Obviously, Randy Orton won. And I was very surprised that Brock Lesnar defended the title because he beat someone that he lost to this season in Seth Rollins. And he also beat AJ Styles, who's been picking up a few wins over the last few weeks. And it's just insane how Brock Lesnar is still, like that go-to guy like Roman Reigns or Randy Orton in this universe. And he's beating guys like Seth Rollins and AJ Styles in a triple threat match and defended his United States title. Once again, the guy arguably is the best superstar in this universe. Definitely on SmackDown, you could argue Randy Orton because he is the World Heavyweight Champion, but him and Randy Orton do have wins against each other this season.
We'll find out in the power rankings who exactly is number one, but Brock coming out with that big win.
I don't know who could really beat him anymore. Well, it's coming down trust me, I have opponents loaded up for him because he's gonna be on my next SmackDown
defending the title
as always until he loses it. But it's just like he's beating all these guys. It's just I could only go through so many more wrestlers. Like he beat AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Like now who do I give him? He's beating names, he's beating legends, he's beating, athletic guys. He's really just beating everybody.
And he pinned AJ. So AJ ended up getting pinned, hit with a curb stomp. Shout out to Seth Rollins, who did put on a hell of a show. Resilient Seth.
I think they all did, really.
They all did, but there was two times where one time Brock Lesnar might have had the win and Seth Rollins kicked out, and then another time where AJ Styles might have had the win and Seth Rollins kicked out. And then ultimately, Seth Rollins hit the finishing move to end the match. So the quiet MVP of the match was definitely Seth Rollins. But who is next for Brock? I mean, you can announce that if you want.
I'll announce it, obviously, when the SmackDown, is
Fair enough, Jesse. Well, let's talk about what I think we definitely solidified as match of the night. I actually just rewatched it about 30 minutes ago, and I can reiterate. It was the match of the night. Alexa Bliss defending or trying to defend her title against Raquel Gonzalez. How did this one go, Jess?
Raquel Gonzalez really just in the beginning was a little too overpowering for Alexa Bliss. Kept power slamming her like her, I believe it's her husband, Braun Strowman, or boyfriend. But literally just was showing Alexa Bliss like this is a completely different level of the talent she's been facing and beating, because Alexa Bliss before this match was the only woman superstar undefeated in this universe, and she finally lost. Raquel Gonzalez made Alexa Bliss tap out. It was back and forth. The Twisted Bliss, I think, was hit at least 2 times on Raquel Gonzalez.
The close rope break
hurt
my soul, because I still I don't know how she grabbed the wrong leg. She probably should have grabbed the other leg. But
during the match,
it was so close. You didn't believe it.
During the match, I was like, wow. Like, I'm surprised the ref called that because truthfully, I thought Alexa Bliss was going to retain.
And she fought down to the last minute.
Of course.
Alexa Bliss, even in the submission, you could have clearly swept the submission. And I don't know if you remember, Alexa Bliss came back a little bit. And ultimately, she ran out of gas.
Yeah, because Raquel Gonzalez is a great athlete. She's strong, tall, and now she holds that, that SmackDown Women's Championship. Yeah, I'm excited to see Raquel Gonzalez, have a reign, kind of like she had in NXT. Hopefully, I make it more entertaining because I think her reign in NXT was kind of a little stale. So we'll see, but she will be defending that title next week in the main event against Alexa Bliss.
Okay, so not this next coming SmackDown, the one after.
Yeah, and two SmackDowns. Cool. Excuse me.
Just to clear that up, Jesse, and to end this post show up, we're going to the power rankings right after. Let's talk about that main event because the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton action really took it to the next level. The first match was a pretty decent 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10 match. This one started off and it started fast, right away, in the crowd, weaponry. I mean, you name it, we had it. We had table spots, we had chair spots, we had ladder spots, we had championship belt spots, we had finishers. No blood. Blood was in the first match.
Yeah.
But near falls. What a performance from both gentlemen. But, man.
Yeah, Randy Orton
he did it again.
Went to the top rope, RKO'd Cody Rhodes on top of the World Heavyweight Championship, and I mean, you're not going to kick out of that. I don't care if you're, God. You're not going to kick out of...
Shawn Michaels tag team partner.
Yeah, you're not going to kick out of the RKO from that top rope, or really from anywhere.
I think he kicked out of one from ground level.
Yeah, I mean, but once the second and third ones hit and a pump kick, you're just done.
Still, Cody Rhodes not able to hit that crossroads.
Yeah, he's only hit it, I think, maybe in that tag team match he had in his debut, and then I think he hit it
KO
against Kevin Owens in that great match he had a few months ago. Those are the only times he's hit it. He never hit it on Randy Orton, and it's a shame because he could be the world champion and he could make his dad proud by becoming world champion, but Randy Orton's the man still. So.
He is the man, Jesse, but I guess that's my question. First and foremost is Cody Rhodes. Excited to see what's next for him. Honestly, there's a lot of pressure in that main event scene, and it looks like Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar are rocks. They're not moving anytime soon. And the way that our timeline is matching up right now, unless they have a title defense in a few weeks, they might hold on to those championships for at least another 6 weeks. I mean, maybe not Brock because he'll have the challenges, but Randy... We might be seeing him against a certain somebody at the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. That will be our next joint pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'll announce my Raw pay-per-view in just a little bit, Jesse. But I guess that's the question. Is Randy Orton the man on SmackDown? And I guess when we open these power rankings, we will find out, and you can see who is the man on SmackDown, Jesse.
Yeah. I don't think there's really a debate because the guy has a better record. He has beaten Randy Orton in a non-title matchup. I believe that was at Judgment Day when it was a surprise where I did Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton, the match that they had at SummerSlam, and obviously I wanted to see that matchup again. Brock Lesnar, I think, undoubtedly is the best superstar on SmackDown, arguably in the universe. He's the reigning, defending United States champion. He's beating guys like Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. The list goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, I did say Randy Orton before. But number one, hands down, it's Brock Lesnar. Number two, my World Heavyweight Champion who did defend again against Cody Rhodes. I think we see a little bit of a break for Randy Orton for right now because I have to figure out my main title scene going forward.
You have two main titles, that's the problem.
Yeah.
So do I, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's just who do I have challenge Randy Orton next? I'm going to have to figure that out over the next, 4 to 6 weeks and, have guys go at it and whoever looks good and whoever I think is a threat to Randy Orton, I'm going to give them an opportunity. Number 3, the new queen of the SmackDown Women's Division, but she might not be a queen for long because she is going to be going against Alexa Bliss, who is number 8, in 2 weeks in the main event of SmackDown for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss deserves that rematch. She was 8-0 or 7-0, and now she obviously has finally lost. And now her versus Raquel Gonzalez is a big
everybody
match.
above her is champions, including the 4 and 5.
Yeah, Candice and Indy Hartwell, obviously we covered them earlier. Them beating Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair at SummerSlam. Them beating Shotzi and Ember Moon. We get to see them go against Sasha and Bianca again. I'm very excited to see if these ladies can hold on to these Women's Tag Team Championships for a little bit, because I have a few teams in mind on SmackDown. I'm going to get, creative and try to, make things fun for this women's tag team division. And let's see if Candice and Indy Hartwell can keep those titles around their waist.
My question is, they're above your other tag team champions. The GOATs, pretty much.
They've been, the reason why I put Candice and Indy Hartwell above them is because they've been in more matches, and I've liked their performances better than the New Day.
Wow.
Truthfully.
New Day needs new blood.
Yeah, New Day has a lot to I wouldn't say think about, but a lot to be confident in themselves, because truthfully I don't know who could be next for New Day. I will be figuring that out as well. Same thing with the Randy Orton thing from the next 4 to 6 weeks. So New Day will have a challenge over that time. I'm just gonna have to figure things out, have tag teams go against each other, and we'll see who could be next for the New Day. I already discussed number 8, Alexa Bliss. Number 9, Karrion Kross. Talked about it earlier, beating a legend in Jeff Hardy. Having wins over Drew McIntyre, Tommaso Ciampa earlier on in the season. Boogeyman. Also beat Dexter Lumis. The only losses he had this season were against the man under him and the guy at number 2. And those are great 2 losses to have, because the phenomenal one, former number 1 contender, and then obviously the world champion, where he fell short from his goal from being a world champion. And that rounds out the top 10.
You even get to see the 11, and we're gonna clash eventually, Jesse. We are. We're gonna clash at Clash of Champions, which is, I believe, in 4 weeks away. We got my next pay-per-view coming up first, and that next pay-per-view is No Mercy. And at No Mercy, honestly, you might see almost everybody. I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet, but number 1, Cesaro, my WWE champion. I don't have a WWE championship match planned for No Mercy, but there's rumblings, there's rumors that Cesaro might want to show his face. So, I don't know, man. He's a fighting guy. He is undefeated, one of the last remaining. The only undefeated. You know what? Let me say that with a little more bass in my voice. The only undefeated superstar in all of the universe is that guy right there. Number 1, Cesaro. Number 2, this man is no punk.
I like how he's doing the 1. Like in the generic.
He thinks he probably should be number 1 if you ask him, Jesse, but he isn't. He's number 2, the Intercontinental Champion. He is Bloodline himself, Roman Reigns, and we see the Bloodline underneath him. I mean, we can go on for days about their dominance, Jesse, and Bloodline doesn't only stop with the Usos, who've been great champions. It also goes into Naomi, who was the last crowned member of the Bloodline and recently crowned Raw Women's Champion, where she took on Rhea Ripley in an absolute war, then did it again, and then did it again, and they got it one more time at No Mercy in an Iron Women's match that will be Falls Count Anywhere. It's going to be crazy, it's going to be reckless, it's going to be my main event of the night, and I can't wait for that match, man. But we got the number 1 contender for something, or possibly not something. We'll see. Walter, who will make his decision on the next episode of Raw. Will he challenge Cesaro, or at least get another match to challenge Cesaro, which is why I need to know on Raw, or go to Roman Reigns directly and request an IC title match? This opportunity 1, we can explain on Monday Night Raw. Go see us there. Number 8, incredible season this year for Xavier Woods, who came up just a bit short a few times, unfortunately, and ultimately that 1 loss against Cesaro, where he lost his briefcase, has been his only loss for the season, and the biggest loss of the season. It was all downhill from there. Number 9, former WWE champion. We got Edge at number 10, up-and-comer. He's killing it all on Monday Night Raw, tag team division, singles, wherever he's there. Isaiah Swerve Scott Umaga hiding in the background at number 11. But man, oh man, Jesse, you spoke about it. We're closer to halfway of the season. I mean, after this we got No Mercy. After that, we got Clash of Champions. Then you got a pay-per-view. Then we got Survivor Series. And then I don't know what exactly we're doing from there. Probably another pay-per-view of mine, then Royal Rumble, then maybe another. Just like it's right there. Yeah. I feel it in the grasp. We're climbing up the ladders, and we got about 5 notches out of this briefcase right now. We only got about 4 to go. So we're nearing that. This is a near fall right here. We're getting close to the end at least of this season, guys, and it's going to be a rocky ride from here on forth, and I hope you guys are following the whole way through, because damn it, we're going to stick this landing, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm excited to end the season. Obviously, with No Mercy next, Clash of Champions on the horizon, and everything falling behind that with the rest of the pay-per-views, Survivor Series, Rumble. Obviously, we ended with Mania. But obviously, once Clash of Champions is over, we'll have a little bit more structure and really think about the rest of the season and set it in stone. That way we know.
And Jesse's off season is coming soon, so videos can hopefully be poured out at that point.
Yeah, 100%.
But Jess, man, we covered everything we needed to discuss about. We talked about Vengeance, which I do want to put a final grade on that, guys. Get this second right now, pause the video, keep it playing. What did you rate the Vengeance pay-per-view? Thank you guys for letting that reach 2,000 views. I'm sad we couldn't post another video, but I'm glad we could let those views marinate a little bit, because we worked hard on that pay-per-view. Yeah. You worked hard, you delivered a hell of a show. What would you rate that show, putting you on the hot seat?
I think after the show, I think I said it was like an 8.5, 9, around there. It wasn't a 10.
I liked it.
I would give it a solid 5 or a 9.
I think, and this is, we've been doing a bunch of re-records this whole season, it felt like, but this is also a re-record of the post-show. We did one right after, and then I forgot my phone died or something stupid. I think I just ran out of storage from all the content we did. But yeah, Jesse, and I said on that show, that post-show, that the squash match, I believe personally, it only added to the show. The fact that matches got better as the show progressed only added to the show. Sometimes you need those divots in a card to make the ride feel complete. And that's what I feel like happened when we saw Vengeance. And I thought it was an incredible show. Probably one of the better SmackDown shows you put on. And I'll give you a 9.2. So, props to you, Jesse. You get a thumbs up from me. Guys, do we get a thumbs up on this video? Did you think Vengeance was a thumbs up? Is No Mercy about to stomp all over it? I hope so. But you guys know that you don't like doing the ratings.
Crushing everyone's pay-per-view.
I don't. But just it's a new half of the season. We're going to turn it up. We're going to do better. And it starts off with the next episode of Raw, which will be coming in the next video. Guys, so thank you as always for watching. Let us know what you thought of the pay-per-view. Let us know what you're thinking of the season. Throw in some final pitches, because we're hitting this little slope of a run. And me and Jesse, I'm pretty sure, got a lot of ideas already written down. So if you want some final nominees, you might want to throw them in now. But as always, man, thank you as always. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Join the Discord to extend the conversation past the comments section.
Ring the bells, get our new updated videos. We'll see you on
the other side of the universe.
Peace.
Yeah, I got the game all in my hand. Ooh, and yeah, pop out with the drip and make a fan drool. You could risk it if you want. This ain't no fan duel. Yeah, I'm in a Benz cool. Yeah, stepping for the breeze.